guys are just in this town. You don't really know each other. You've never, unless you've, specifically writing your backgrounds where you know each other. You've arrived at this town independently. Most of the festivities, while they're strewn throughout the city, are concentrated on like the main plaza in front of the Grand Cathedral to the gods. And here's the map of the city. So
Probably drinking in a public area.
There's a lot of that going around. Yeah, lots of people, around, drinks all over the place. So, Sleuth, what would your character be doing?
That's probably what I would be doing. Drinking.
As a very not social bird, probably in a tavern.
Okay. Doing what?
Getting plastered.
Alright. Because you say you're antisocial, and the taverns are full. Like, there are people drinking and dancing, there's music.
Yeah, getting plastered to try and cope with it.
Okay.
The only other thing that would be of particular interest would be looking for a job. Hunting, bounties, that sort of thing. But I doubt that's the center of attention during a focus or words festival.
Yeah, this is like a local holiday. No one's really working. None of the barkeep is running the bar and all of that, but for the most part, most of the shops are closed. People aren't working the fields today.
Yeah, it's a much more social day, so the not social Aarakocra is going to be getting drunk to pass the time until there's work to be done.
Okay. And Pete, what would your character be doing during this festival?
My character is not here yet. I will get back to you on that.
All right. Gilbert, are you here? Or?
Not currently. I might be getting off early. Hopefully. I just kind of popped in so that I'd have some idea what's happening.
Okay. All right, yeah.
We seem to be on hold while everybody gets their characters ready.
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah, I would have prepared mine earlier, but I kind of had other things to prepare.
That's okay, B. That's okay. You'll have that thing on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
The one time I dumped my charisma to 6.
What's it look like we're doing for party comp?
So far, I think we have a rogue, we have a fighter who plans to go into monk later, and we have a cleric.
Interesting. The next phase of my plans shall move perfectly.
He's bringing another wizard. He's addicted.
No.
Haha,
What is it going to be?
the Paladin Wizard multi-class. Mwahahahaha.
That's actually hard to do.
Yeah, you're not kidding. So let's see. We got Li Chin, Hode, whatever Pete names his character, and Gilbert names his.
Yep, it'll be some kind of Septimus.
Of
Mine
course.
will be named after food of some kind.
Out of curiosity, what were the people here celebrating? Some kind of major victory?
Yes, a famous battle took place here. It was the victory of the paladin known as Zyros, about 1,000 years ago. And the town, Lushingworth, was built on that battlefield. And so, every year there's a local holiday to commemorate this triumph over the hobgoblins by the righteous paladin.
So Sleuth's the rogue, Mister's the cleric, Pete's the fighter monk?
No, Mister is the fighter monk, Pete is the cleric.
Interesting.
Now that's my starting class. Now, and he may die a couple of times. Before I get the right mix.
Yeah. I know I'm currently processing a paladin or a bard. It might be both. Currently looking at a paladin of conquest, eloquence bard. Going for that all is fair in love and war type shit.
You should go with swords bard.
Well, I could. I'll need good oratory skills for the great plan.
You could take inspiring leader.
Like I said, all for the great plan.
It also helps with this festival that it's like early springtime. So, people just want to celebrate the end of winter and all of that good stuff, which is just another reason to party.
How much time has passed since our former campaign?
Couple of months. And like a year or two.
Oh, really? I thought it was longer.
I'd have to check. Let me pull up that date change.
I feel like you said it was a couple decades.
It might have been. I might be misremembering. I might just be looking at the two thingy. So let's see here.
2 weeks and 80 years ago.
Okay, so it has been 40 years, 7 months, and a day.
Cool. That means it's a new generation.
Oh my god, I have so many septimi.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my break is coming to a conclusion. Wait, Li Chen? I had dyslexia moment there, Mister. Read that as Chun Li. All right. So you guys want to get off? Hopefully, we have a game.
Oh,
See you in a
we'll
bit.
have a game. Yep. See you.
Have fun. So did anybody make someone that's even remotely social?
I mean, it sounds like Gilbert will be.
Yeah, but
Nah.
he's not here right now.
I'm allowed. Lee Chen's not from this area, so he doesn't know the custom. So he's like a fish out of water. But he's drinking like a fish and yelling and screaming and dancing. So he looks absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, you start dancing like, one of those. Where are you from in the world?
I believe him would be from that new kingdom that Pete set up.
The Vlorner Freehold.
Yeah, that. It fits his more of his character class. He's more of a rough and tumble guy, you know.
Alrighty. It's actually not that far. So she'd start doing like, some dance from, whatever town or village you're from. And you have people just start clapping, they're going along with the music, they're drinking. They can tell it's not like a normal dance, but they just seem to be like clapping along with you, encouraging you to keep
because
going.
I'm drunk enough that it doesn't really matter.
So are they. So how we coming along, Pete?
We're most of the way there. Let's give it like a few more minutes. You can keep going.
No, I can't.
Oh, okay.
You're holding us up, Pete. Do you at least know enough, Pete, to say what your character would be doing during the festival?
Oh yeah, he would probably. So he's a hill dwarf forge cleric. He would probably be getting drunk.
All right. And where is he from?
You know what? He'll be from the Freehold too.
Okay.
Everybody's gonna want to be from there.
Maybe. I mean, where's Hood from? Sleuth?
A Tiro Cooperative.
Ah, okay. Had to be different.
It was the first place that stuck out when I looked at the map.
Yeah, so one of those communist thief. Because you're not really a thief. It's because it's our property.
I don't steal. I just nationalize.
It's only tax evasion when I hit level 7.
And there we go.
All right. Shawarma.
Always got to be food.
Always gotta be food. All right, yeah. So Shawarma's out there drinking. Probably engaging in some drinking games with people.
Mm-hmm.
Leechin is dancing, and Hood is desperately trying to forget that there is a party going on at the bar.
Not very successfully.
Yeah, especially when because it's like a bard and he's got like a lute, and he just comes right behind you playing the lute real loudly, and there's like a conga line going around the bar. And as the festivities wear on, the sun getting lower in the sky, people begin lighting paper lanterns hanging from string kind of across the various alleys and roads, keeping the city lit rather nicely. There's not really a whole lot of dim light in the area. And as the festivities go on, you continue dancing, drinking. The reverie turns from joyous songs and laughter and singing to screams of horror, and people begin to run around the square that you guys are in or around, tripping over each other, trying to get away. In the clearing, as people kind of get away, you see a small, hideously grinning figure, a sharp blade in one hand, ears, fingers, noses, kind of it's like a belt strung like on a string belt around him. And you can see that it looked like a minstrel has been cut down by him. In the middle of the square. The blood seeping on, into the cobbles. And you guys should roll initiative. Because besides the three of you and a couple of guardsmen, there's not a whole lot of armed individuals here. Most of the population is desperately trying to run away from this crazy figure.
Alright, Shawarma is still too drunk to fight as I'm figuring out what kind of stuff he has, but I will let you know when I'm done with that.
Alright. Alright, Lee, so yeah, the crowd is trying to surge away from this guy, and you can see him about 40 feet away. The crowd, however, does make movement around here difficult, and the square is currently considered difficult terrain. So what do you do? Mister, are you here?
Yeah. What do I do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up and ask him politely to stop being a bother.
Okay, what's your movement speed?
30 feet.
Alright, so you can get 15 feet closer to him.
Okay, I'm gonna get 15 feet closer.
Because the crowd is running away as you're going forward, so it's difficult terrain. Alright, and you're just yelling at him to, calm down and stop killing people?
Yeah, let's have a drink, smile, and relax. Come on, it's a party. Don't need none of that violence.
He begins laughing and chittering at you in a language. Do you speak Sylvan?
You know what? That's not one of the recommended languages I know, so no.
Yeah. He is, however, smiling. He doesn't appear to actually have any lips.
Ew. Technically, I didn't write down what languages I have because I have 2 extra besides common. But one of them is not Sylvan. I'm not gonna pick that.
Okay.
I believe I was gonna go. I don't know. I ain't probably.
All right. Yeah, and you see. So is that it for your movement there, Lee? Alright, and so you see on his turn, as a bonus action, he kind of flits into the shadow of one of the guards approaching him, and comes out in the crowd right in front of you, Lee, slashing at you with the razor in his hand. Does a 16 hit Lee? Mister, are you here?
Yeah, I'm still here. What happened now?
He attacked you. He jumped in and out of a shadow, and then sliced at you with his razor. Does a 16 or a 14 hit you?
I believe a 16 might hit me. Yes, a 16 hits me. The 14
All right.
does not.
So he cuts you for 7 slashing damage.
So we're only level 1, right?
I know you're level 1. And then as a sec, and then go ahead, Mister. What?
I'm saying, just remember, we're level 1 now. We don't want those Varts cave right off.
Sure, of course. Does he look like a Zvart to you? As he tries to pick your pocket as a second bonus action.
Pick my pocket, you bastard!
Oh boy. So you can defend against this with your acrobatics or your perception.
Acrobatics or perception?
Yes.
My acrobatics is plus net, my perception is plus net. They're the same, so it doesn't matter.
All right. Yeah, So what was this? Perception or acrobatics?
That was acrobatics.
All right. Yeah. So as he kind of reaches out for your coin purse, you just move away from him. See, he begins angrily chittering at you. And now it's the guards, because there are in fact 2 guards in this square. And one of them will have to dash to get into melee, the other will not, and will actually be able to get into his melee with a spear, and he's going to try to stab this guy. 19 does hit the guy, dealing 2 points of damage to this creature in front of you. Alright. Hode. You hear the commotion out in the square. You see people running away. And you see this crazy little dude like cutting people.
How far am I from the crazy little dude?
60 feet.
Alright. I will fly up with my 50 feet of flight so I don't have a bunch of civilians in the way and shoot them with my short bow.
Okay, you take flight and make a shot with your short bow.
Number 8.
Miss.
Yeah. Well, that's all I've got.
Alright, Lee. Lee? Mister?
My turn again?
Yep.
I am going to go up and hit him.
Well, he's in melee with you.
I'm not very effective in combat at right now because I'm level 1, but
The guard stabbed him for 2 points of damage.
the guard has stabbed him for 2 points of damage.
Yeah, so, can you do more than 2 points of damage?
I do more than 2 points of damage? Probably not. I miss. I rolled a 2.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
That's it.
Alright, this guy is going to jump into your shadow and emerge behind the guard that hit him. Alright, yeah, and he badly cuts the throat of this guard who's starting to gurgle. He's still alive, but just barely. He is then going to try and steal the purse from the guard. Yeah, your eyes can see it. It was the guard holding his throat closed. He seems to pocket some things from the guard. And let's see. I need a wisdom save from everyone but Shawarma, as that was a magical attack.
We need a wisdom. Okay.
Wisdom save versus frightened. Alright. So the guard and Lee are frightened for the next 2 rounds. And it is the guard's turn. Well, the guard that got stabbed is going to try and stab the guy back. Well, son of a bitch. So that guard, critically stabs him, and then the frightened guard. He does not. And Hode.
Can I go in and swap weapons and stab this thing, or is it too far for that?
With 50 feet of fly speed, you can absolutely dive in, swapping out your weapon, and try to stab the guy.
I'm going to do that.
Okay.
11 doesn't hit, does it?
No, it does not.
That's unfortunate. That's my turn.
Okay. Shawarma.
All right. So how far away is this lipless guy with a razor blade?
Yeah, so as the crowds are clearing out, you can see from your position, where you were drinking, about 40 feet away from you, these two guards, one of whom looks to be critically wounded, a Aarakocra, and whatever Lee is.
But I don't see the blue guy.
No, you do see him. He's among those guys. They're all in melee together.
Ah. I try to single that guy out, and I'm like, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing?" And he needs to make a wisdom save.
Okay.
Oh wait, I don't know what my here. Ah shit, unfortunately that passes at this level, so I think nothing happens.
Oof.
Yeah. Alright, that's it for me.
Okay. Lee.
I am going to try to hit him again.
Roll to hit.
Hang on.
Just recall you are at disadvantage for the next 2 rounds because of frightened.
Oh, okay.
No good.
That's wrong anyway. It should have been a 5 instead of a 9. I rolled with advantage, not disadvantage. Ah! And still couldn't hit. That's horrible.
That is. All right.
Yeah, I suck as a level 1 fighter because I want to be a monk, so I don't use any weapons. But right now I'm still using my strength to attack, and I don't strength.
Yep. Well, this guy's going to take his razor blade to the critically injured guard. And does not penetrate the guy's armor. So he's going to try again.
Can I make a sentinel attack off of that?
Yeah.
Maybe one of these will hit. Does a 12 hit?
No. He cuts the guard down. And then, as a bonus action, he will jump into the shadow of the Aarakocra that tried to stab him, and leap out of Shawarma's shadow right at Shawarma. But he doesn't have, but not to attack him, but rather he's going to try and steal Shawarma's purse.
Shawarma is not carrying a purse.
Well, do you have money?
He does have money.
He's trying to steal your money.
Ah.
So you can defend against this with acrobatics or perception. So which one was it?
That was perception.
Alright, yeah, you see him coming and just casually get out of the way so he can't grab your shit.
Yeah, he slurs something that might almost sound like, if I find my hand or your hand in my pocket, I'll cut it off.
And he is just laughing and chittering at you. Do you speak Sylvan?
No.
Does who speaks Sylvan?
My purse doesn't speak Sylvan either.
No.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys have no idea what this guy's saying. Alright, but that is it for him.
It's a damn shame Goulash spoke Sylvan and it never once came up.
So the guard is pretty, frightened at this point. So he's going to huck his spear at the monster. He misses. And he, leans down, grabs the spear from the fallen guard, and leaves hear him muttering, "I'm gonna get ya." Alright, Hode.
Can I continue chasing him down?
Yeah, he's only 40 feet away from you. You have 50 feet of fly speed, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so you can just, use your wings, hop over there.
Wow. I have a spare dagger. I'm going to also draw and make an offhand attack. That is without the dex modifier on the damage, or is it without proficiency on the to hit normally?
Do you have the dual wielder feat?
No. They're both light weapons, but I don't have the dual wielder feat to swing normally.
Right, from what I remember, you get your proficiency, but not your stat bonus to the attack and damage.
Okay. So just proficiency. Wow, it wouldn't matter anyways. I cannot roll above a 6, apparently.
Oof.
Alright, that's my turn.
Okay. Schwa.
Alright, well, this guy just tried to steal my purse, so I'm going to try to steal his life by hitting him in the face with my warhammer.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Do I hit with a 13?
You do not.
Damn it. Alright. That's it.
Alright. Lee, he apparently can jump through shadows and is 40 feet away from you. The crowd is thinned out and you're no longer at difficult terrain.
Okay, he's 40 feet from me.
Yes.
You know what? I'm gonna move my 30 feet. That puts him how far from me?
10 feet.
10 feet. I'm gonna throw a dagger at him.
Okay.
Fuck it. All I can do, I'm gonna throw a dagger at him.
Alright, roll to hit. That hits him.
Seven points of damage, bitch. Hit him for hitting me, damn ya.
Alright, that bloodies him. Anything else?
No.
Okay, well, he's going to leap into Shawarma Shadow and come out of yours, Lee, and he's going to try to stab you.
Fuck.
And this time he's making one attack.
He hit.
Alright. So that is a total of 9 slashing and necrotic damage.
I am unconscious.
Okay. And I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw besides him.
TPK. TPK.
Oh, that's right. The guard has to make one.
But he don't listen.
I didn't expect you guys to miss him this much.
Hey, sometimes you just can't roll. He rolled really well against... Well, he rolled well enough against my spell, and then I rolled poorly on my attack.
Yeah, so Shawarma and Hode, you guys are frightened of him as he, channels necrotic energy through his razor. As a bonus action, he is then going to take a pilfer bonus action to steal Lee's money.
Okay.
So, how much money do you have on you, Lee?
10 gold pieces? Or 5 gold pieces, I'm sorry, yeah, 5.
Okay.
Well, level 1 character, a lot of gold pieces.
Yeah, I mean, neither does the guard. It's just, I'm just keeping track of it, so when you do kill him, I know how much money he was carrying.
I don't know about us killing him. He doesn't.
Yeah, so the guard is just going to charge right into melee with this guy and try to stab him with his spear. He misses. Hode, you are frightened.
I am. I'm gonna keep chasing. I can't chase it, can I?
You cannot move closer to him.
Alright, time for the bow then.
And you are at disadvantage.
Hey, that would have hit.
It would have, but then it didn't. It looked like it was going right for him. And this, cocky, smiling, chittering, beast just, dances right on around your arrow.
Little bastard.
This guy's dodged multiple nat 20s with that.
He really has. Anything else, Hode?
Nope, that's all I've got.
Shawarma?
How far away is he?
10 feet.
Ah, that's slightly too far. I'm gonna say, I'm not afraid of you, even though he is totally afraid of him. And he needs to make a wisdom save.
Okay.
God damn it, he passes again. Nothing happens. Alright, I guess this guy just can't be stopped. He has RNG on his side.
Alright, Lee. Death save. Well, that's 2 failed death saves. I swear to God, this was not supposed to be a super lethal encounter.
Anything can be a super lethal encounter if you roll poorly enough.
Up next, the dribble of the child next door. And it's another TPK.
Alright, this guy. Well, he's got a guard right there, and this guard's pissing him off, so he's gonna, jump right into the grill of this guard and stab him a couple times.
I mean, this is just like this large popping out of the bar all over again.
It wasn't supposed to be!
Except it's one guy and nobody can hit him.
And this guard is on the verge of death from these 2 hits. The guard, by the way, the guard has 11 hit points. If I had not rolled 2 ones, the guard would have been killed. And the guard is, he's kind of fucked. He's just gonna go for it and you try to stab this guy. Oh, wait, first that guy does try to steal this guard's money. Yeah, he fails. Alright, guard. Misses. Hood.
I'm gonna shoot him again.
All
So
right.
frightened.
You are still frightened.
Wow. Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, he just continues to dance around to some unheard music. Shawarma?
All right. Let's see. Should I go for him? Actually, no. He doesn't know that guy. Yeah, he's just gonna keep just totally swearing at this guy, cussing him out because he has nothing else that he can do. So another wisdom save. Finally, he fails. 11 necrotic damage.
Alright, that takes him from bloodied to near death.
Nice. Then, let's see, that was my action.
Anything else?
Yeah, how far away is the nearly unconscious Lee-Chin?
Lee-Chin is unconscious, on the ground 15 feet away from you.
Oh, healing word to Lee-Chin.
Alright, roll it.
There we go. 4 hit points.
Alright, Lee, you wake up on the cobbles with 4 hit points and a level of exhaustion. Anything else, Shawarma?
Nope.
Alright, Lee, it's your turn.
Where is this guy?
As you stand up, he is, 2 feet away from you, stabbing the shit out of this guard.
I'm gonna try to. Is my dagger close?
Yes.
I have one dagger, because I want to grab my dagger, stab him with it, because that's all I.
Alright, you grab your dagger, go to stab, roll to hit. That hits. Alright, you stab him. And as he falls from this lethal blow, the body gets a little mushy. And with the chattering of teeth hitting the cobblestone, his body disappears, leaving behind only his teeth, the body parts he had kind of strung around his belt, and a bunch of coins that then, that roll around as they hit the ground. Total of 15 gold pieces and 20 silver.
Wow. That was,
You guys are out of initiative.
Not sure what that was. What that was. That was. I don't know what that was, but that was something.
Hood's having a bad day after that. Hood's gonna go back to getting drunk.
Oh, perfect. This guy can pay my bar tab, and he begins collecting all of the money this guy dropped. Yeah, wait, what did he drop exactly?
He dropped 15 gold and 20 silver.
15 gold, 20 silver.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so as you're collecting the money, the guard is just kind of sitting down, trying to keep his insides from becoming his outsides. Hode, as you turn to head back to the bar, you can see a half dozen more guards, with spears and their chainmail shirts, being led into the square by a sword-wielding man in splint mail.
I'll help the guard that's bleeding out, but Hood's not actually trained in real medicine.
Yeah, he has 1 hit point still, so he's not like bleeding out. He's just, trying not. He's just, hurt bad.
He's suffering, he's not dying yet.
Shawarma has some medical knowledge.
Are you going to use it?
Sure.
What are you doing?
I will attempt to... I don't have a healer's kit or anything on me. I will simply attempt to make sure that he does not immediately... He's not like in immediate danger of death from his injuries.
Sure, make a medicine check.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, you're able to help him staunch the blood. He looks severely hurt, but not in danger of death at the moment. And as you can now see the rank of captain on this man's armor, as he kind of moves towards you, he's like, "All right, what in the hell happened here?"
Some guy jumped out and tried to kill us.
Some
Look at the teeth. All he
blue
left was
thing.
teeth.
Blue.
All he had left was teeth. I don't understand it.
Teeth? He looks over and then is like, "Oh shit, another one? Christ, it's 3 in a month. And you're the lot who put him down?"
Well,
I think it was him who put him down. I point over to the guy who stabbed him.
Yeah, so you point at Lee, and he looks at you, Lee. "I see. Well, you have my thanks. Last time one of these guys got into the city, he killed 24 people before we managed to put him down." "Are any of you in need of medical attention?" The guard makes a gurgling noise.
this guy needs a healer. I just need more alcohol. I'm too sober for this shit.
Right, well, if you would accompany us to the palace, we can have a healer meet us there and deal with your wounds.
Oh, you guys go have fun with that. I'm going to go get drunk because I don't have any injuries. I'm gonna go do that.
Yeah, as you turn to walk away, you realize the guards are in front of you. And you hear the captain behind you. He says, "That wasn't a request."
Let me get one for the road. I'll meet you there.
One of the guards just hands you a flask, and he's like, "Yeah, that's all you get."
Well, it's more than I was getting last year. Alright, lead the way, boss.
All right, yeah. So the captain and the guards lead you to the northwest through the city streets and through the gates up to the palace, which is kind of like two buildings connected together. There's a barracks for the guards and then like the actual, Viscount's palace. He seems to be leaning you towards the barracks. And inside, as he opens the door and leads you in, you can see a couple more guards and also what appears to be a priest. The captain nods to the priest as you walk in, and the priest begins casting a spell.
Does the guy's condition improve at all?
So the spell goes off, and it does not appear to have been directed at anybody. Rather, the priest nods to the captain and says, "I do not sense any taint within them."
Oh.
Yeah, and you're pretty sure that was detect evil and good, not a healing spell.
Interesting.
Then he begins casting another spell, which is much more familiar to you, being Cure Wounds.
Yep.
First, he cures the guard, and then he'll fire one off into Li Chin. So Li, you heal for an additional 6 points of health.
Yay! I am now at full health.
Excellent. And as the captain then...
No, I scratched it.
Yeah, the captain sheathes his sword and turns and says, I apologize for the deception. But we do not know how these creatures have been getting into the city. Our current suspicion was possession.
Well, that thing stepped through a shadow, man. He shadow teleported.
Did he now? That is concerning. Would you be willing to talk to the Viscount about this?
Sure.
Very good. We can go through the connecting hallway. No need to walk outside. I should warn you, though, that the Viscount's his health hasn't been there in recent years. And, well, let's just say he's not the man he used to be, mentally speaking. Please do show some patience with him. As he leads you through a nice hallway. Into a sitting room. The captain of the guard talks to a servant, looks to be dressed as a butler, asks him if he could please inform the Viscount that he is guests. The butler salutes and heads off. A few minutes later, the other doors to the parlor open, and you see an elderly man, graying beard, beady little eyes, dressed in a robe of vivid yellow. Walking into here, and he kind of growls out, "Yes, I'm not deaf or dumb, you idiots. People treat me like that." It looks like John's like, "Yes, and He looks at you, looks at the guard, captain of the guard, looks at you. And why are a bunch of troublemakers and rabble-rousers in my palace?
I'm asking myself the same question.
There's more
They were
annoying
told on the
troublemakers and rabble-rousers out in the city, and this one here is gonna tell you about them because I'm too sober for this shit, and I'm gonna start drinking again.
Yeah, well, we were all just having a good time at the festival, minding our own business, when some kind of demon barber popped out and started slashing people with a straight razor.
What?
Yeah, he jumped right out of the shadows.
The shadows.
Yeah, the shadows.
Yeah, he kept jumping into people's shadows. It was real freaky.
This. He turns to the captain of the guard. I thought I told you to keep those slashy who's a what's it's out of my city.
I don't think that's the actual term for slashing who's and what's it.
Yes, well, tell you what. You go out there and stop coming into the city. You can name them what you want. Obviously, these are a problem, and you look adventurous. Yes?
You could say that.
That's a fancy word for expendable.
Good, good. Well, if you successfully stop these things from coming into the city, find a source of them or something, I'll pay you 200 gold.
Ooh. Well, I do like getting paid.
Good. Now get. You've got work to do. He turns around and starts walking out of the brew.
Well, come on, everybody. Did he say where outside the city they had seen them?
He did not.
Well, guess we'll have to ask around.
You just see, the captain of the guard, Matthew, just, massaging his temples a little bit. And he's like, yes, that was the Viscount.
All right, well, any ideas where to start looking?
Some. We have heard reports from Swartfurt to the east of similar incidents. Been tales from the farmers there of strange happenings in the woods to the north. And I requested some knights from Gouthrath to investigate, but they seem to have just blown me off. He may be a bit eccentric and a bit senile, but the Viscount does keep his word, so if he promised you 200 gold to stop these guys, he'll pay you 200 gold if you can manage to stop these guys.
Well, let's hope so.
Easily one of my favorite politicians so far.
Yeah, in the past couple of years he's really lost his eloquence, but the gist of it is still there. Right, well, those are the festivities for the evening are not going to be starting back up. I would suggest you guys find some rooms.
That's like, what, 5 gold a night?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do that.
Is it frowned upon to just perch on the roof and take a nap up there?
It's weird, but no one's going to pay you any mind.
And nobody's gonna come looking for me up on the roof. I'm doing that.
Okay. Yep. So you guys go and get your rooms. Throughout the evening, though, your dreams are not normal. You dream of blades and blood. And when you wake up, you got the smell, that like tangy smell in your nostrils, and that coppery taste on the back of your tongue. But otherwise, it is a successful long rest. So what do you guys do?
Well, now that we've had a long rest, I think. What did you say the name of the town was? Svartfort?
Swartfort.
Alright. Better a Swartfort than a Svartfort. I think we would probably start heading down the road in that way.
Alright, you start heading down the road to Swartfort. It actually takes you a day and a half of travel along the road to reach Swartfort.
Cool.
Nothing really happens on the road, nor do you meet any people on it. The road is empty the day, for the day and the half day, as Swartfort comes into view.
Does that seem unusual? Like, would I expect there to be traders passing this way?
For like the road leading directly to, what is probably, a city on a river with a road going inland, yeah, it's kind of unusual.
That's telling.
As Swartfort comes into view, though, you begin to tell why.
Is the place like on fire or something?
No, it's not on fire. But there are dead bodies everywhere. And blood all over the place. Looks like someone butchered the occupants of this town. It is deathly silent as you guys approach the village.
Well, shit.
But there are bodies, like, in the streets.
Yes, in the streets, in the buildings. You think you see one on a roof. But nothing's on fire.
That's good.
You can see the boats still. It's a fishing village. You can see the boats still tied up, on the coast. The farm fields, that aren't, don't look to be tended.
Is there any particular... Is there like a concentration of bodies anywhere, or are they just sort of spread around?
Make an insight check.
Ooh, perfect. What I'm really trying to see is if they're all like, is if there's a bunch of people grouped up around one of the exits or something.
Yes. The road, like this is like a pass-through village, so there's like the road goes through the middle of the village, and there are concentrations of bodies and body parts at the entrance and exit of the village. In fact, like the center, like the closer you get to the center of the village, the fewer bodies there are.
So when you say the entrance and exit, do you mean are those two different places, or?
Well, yeah, like you said, you're on the road coming in from the west. This road goes straight through the middle of the village.
Right. There's people grouped up at either end.
Right. There's a grouping of bodies at the west end that you first come to, and at the far end in the east, you can see another grouping of bodies. Often, in around the village, you can see, smaller, individual bodies or pairs of bodies. It forming like people were trying to run away and got cut down. There's only like one or two bodies actually in the middle of the village.
Right. Well, if everybody trying to get away was headed about equally down both roads, then they must have came out of the woods to the north. So I'll wager that's where we'll find them. What do you two think?
That sounds like a plan to me, man.
Sure.
All right. Well, I think we better set off into the woods and see if we can find them that way.
Yeah. You're good at tracking, right? Who's good at tracking?
Not really. I'm okay at it. Yeah, so I guess we set off into the woods to the north, and I'll look for any signs of people moving through it.
Okay, well, make a survival check.
I will
I'll
assist.
help with that.
No assistance required.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no.
Yeah, you can see, like, there isn't a, like, static trail going to, it's coming from the north, but it's like clumpings of footprints,
Right.
about 80 feet apart or so. Like they were hopping from shadow to shadow on their way in and out. There's like, by some bushes or some trees or by a house. It looked like it was multiple of these guys.
From that, can I work out the rough direction that they would have came from?
Yes, and it looked like they were coming from the north.
Ah,
Which is a couple hours walk to the edge of the Bexmark Woods.
well, we better head that way.
Yeah, let's go.
Alright, you guys head north. A few more hours and come to the edge of the woods. Now you can clearly see that these people were not keeping their tracks. They were not, sorry, clicked on something wrong. They were not trying to conceal their passage, and it's pretty easy to keep following them.
Mm-hmm.
And, a few more hours, travel, a few more hours travel, the woods getting denser, the underbrush getting thicker. Still easy to follow them. But then the sun begins to set. And you guys will probably have to make camp here, unless you want to try pushing on.
Alright, well, we'd better sit down for the night. Is there a good clearing we can stop in?
Make another survival check to see if you can find one.
Yeah, this is easy.
Yes. Yeah. A few hundred feet. You find a small grove with a clearing in the center where you'd be able to see people coming from a while away. It's like a 30-foot diameter clearing.
Mm-hmm. Well, we don't have a tent, as far as I know. Is the weather good enough that we could just sleep outside and we think we would be okay?
It is early spring. It's a little chilly, but it's, not dangerously so.
Yeah, I think we all have bedrolls. We should all have bedrolls. All right, yeah, I guess we make camp out in the open.
Okay.
I'll take first watch and just dig a little circle of a trench for some cover if we do get in a fight.
You're digging a trench by hand?
Yeah, I've got a shovel. It's not going to be big. It's just a circle around the group, like maybe 2 feet deep. Something to kneel down in for a bit of cover.
You realize it's several hours of work, right? 2 feet deep, 2 feet wide, 30-foot, diameter ring. I mean, that's a lot of work.
I'll tell you what, with a nat 20, do you think I could find not just a clearing, but a clearing that I think would be easily defensible, like maybe with some, like a rock outcropping or something like that?
Yeah, you could.
All right.
So yeah, this clearing could have a rocky outcropping. That would give you some elevation.
Yeah. Yeah, like some big deposited glacial erratic, and we can make camp up there. That way, if they want to come out of the woods, they'll be looking up at us.
Yep. All right, so you guys all go to sleep?
Yep, I'll take second watch, and I'm assuming Li Chin will take third.
Yes, I will. Yeah.
So Shorm is on second, Lee is on third. Is Hode doing anything?
I'm on first watch.
Okay. Alrighty then. So you guys settle in for your rest. What is Hode's passive perception?
Passive is 16. 1-6.
Okay. Yeah, so your watch passes without incident. Shorma gets on for second watch. Now, Shorma, with your really good survival rolls, as you're sitting there for watch, you get this understanding that the forest seems unusually loud this evening. Like there's a lot more bugs around than you would expect for this time of year. What's your passive perception?
15.
Okay. Yeah, and as the hours dwindle on, the insect noises, the buzzing just gets louder, and it's slowly getting louder and louder.
I look around for giant bugs.
Make a perception check. Yes.
I think I'm in jail now. Actually, wait, no, that's my fourth consecutive nat 20. What the fuck is this?
I don't know, but it's really good for you guys.
Wait, no, hold on. I rolled an 8 before that. That is my 4th nat 20 of the session.
You stole my luck from the fight.
Yeah.
Alright, as you see in the woods, 60 feet away, so still coming through the trees, you see what's making this unholy racket.
Giant bug.
4 giant bugs with glowing yellow eyes and these like darkening pustules, for bodies. And in the gloom, you can make out what appears to be stingers on their backs. There's not a swarm of them, there's only 4. But this is what they look like.
Oh.
And so
Yeah, I wake everyone up.
Okay, yeah, you begin waking everybody up. These guys keep getting closer, the droning getting louder, and you guys should roll initiative. By the time everyone wakes up and stands up and gets ready, they're at the edge of the clearing, 30 feet away. Alright, Lee, so yeah, there's these 4, giant bugs. They're about the size of a football. So what do you do?
How far are they from me?
30 feet.
30 feet. Well, I'm gonna go up and slash one with my dagger.
Okay. You run the 30 feet up to these 4 bugs. I'm just curious, do all 3 of you have dark vision?
I have dark vision.
I do not.
I do not. No.
Okay.
I do not have dark vision.
Well, that misses. Anything else, Lee?
Oh, no. That's it.
Shawarma?
I cast Bless on myself and my 2 allies.
Is the range of Bless going to hit Lee, being Lee ran the 30 feet to the edge of the clearing?
If he ran 30 feet and we were sleeping in the same spot, he should be just barely within range.
Okay. I couldn't remember if it was a 10 or 30 foot radius.
Yeah, it's 30.
Okay, yeah, then good. You bless everyone.
Alright, that's it.
Alright, the bugs. The bugs are going to try and sting Lee. There are 4 bugs. What's Lee's armor class?
16.
Alright, so 2 hits. So that is 2 piercing damage and 7 necrotic damage for a total of 9. And I need a pair of Constitution saving throws from you.
Jesus, okay. Need 2 of them?
2 of them. Let's see, passed one, failed the other. As a result, you are blind.
Oh, you should have rolled your Bless if those were saves.
Those are saves. Yeah, you should roll your bless on the 5. The 19 passed.
I don't think the Bless is going to help with 5.
No, I don't think so.
It's only a d4.
Oh, it's right.
Might
It's only a
be.
D4. No, even if you got a 4, it wouldn't pass. Barely, but just wouldn't pass. Alright, well, 2 of the bugs that missed are then going to, they're going to fly right at Shawarma. But they can't attack. Hode.
How dark is it? Like complete darkness or just dim light?
I'm going to say that given that this is a forest at night, it's dim. There is a moon.
Alright. I'm gonna
It's really
Well,
dim,
it's-
but
draw my sword and dagger and fly over to help Lee.
okay. Yeah, you can easily fly over. A couple flaps of the wing, you fly over to Lee.
Stab 12 for the short sword and 25 on the dagger.
The 25 hits.
Uh, 6 damage.
Where did the D4 come from? Where's the...
Dagger and sneak attack.
Sneak attack, okay.
Oh yeah, that level 1 sneak attack for 1d6.
Okay, that bug looks to be near death.
That's still most of the damage I did. Not much,
That's a-
but it's honest damage.
That's how sneak attack works.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be my turn.
Okay. That was Hode. Lee, you are currently blind. You can hear the bugs buzzing in front of you.
I have disadvantage until I try to hit, right? I'm gonna
Correct.
Let me see what I got. Hold on. I am going to second wind.
Okay.
Jesus, I'm having no luck tonight. And I guess I'm gonna hit that one with my dagger again.
Alright, well, rolled hit at disadvantage.
Oh yeah, I am blind.
Mhm.
Can I take the action to disengage and move back?
Yes.
I'm gonna do that.
Alright, you disengage from the bugs and move back towards where Shawarma is. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Alright, Shawarma, there are a couple of bugs in front of you.
Are any of them wounded?
Nope.
Alright, I'm just gonna pick one then and swing at it with my hammer.
Roll to hit. Miss.
Dang. Alright. Yeah, that's it.
Alright, bugs. Well, the 2 bugs in front of you, Shawarma, are going to try and sting you.
Mhm.
Does a 13 hit you?
Those both miss.
Okay. Then the 2 bugs in front of Hode are going to try and sting Hode. Does a 24 hit Hode?
24 hits.
Alright, that is 1 piercing and 3 necrotic damage to you. And I need a Constitution saving throw.
We all got blessed, right?
Yes.
All 3 of us.
Hey!
You go blind. At the end of their turn, Lee, you regain your sight. And Hode, it is your turn. You are blind.
There's still a bug in front of me.
Two, in fact.
I'm gonna stab the one that I stabbed before.
Okay. Roll to hit with disadvantage.
That should be an R, not a D. $18 hit,
The 18 hits.
3 damage.
The bug dies. One bug in front of you. Anything else?
That's my turn.
All right, Lee. You can see.
Yay! I guess I'm going to. How many bugs are left?
There's one bug in front of Hode, 2 bugs in front of Shawarma.
Are there any of them injured?
Nope.
I'm going to move up to Shawarma and hit one of the bugs by him.
Okay. Roll to hit. Miss.
Fucking hell. Okay, I'm done.
All right, Shawarma.
I'm going to try to hit one of these bugs again.
Roll to hit.
Alright. Apparently, all I'm good at is surviving and healing people.
All right, these guys. Well, the bug in front of Hode is going to try and stab the blind Hode. Does a 14 hit him?
14 just misses.
All right. Let's see. The one that's right in front of Shawarma is going to try and sting Shawarma.
Yeah, that is.
All right, 1 piercing and 6 necrotic damage to you.
Alright. Let's see, that's... yeah.
All right, then I need a con save versus the blindness effect.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, you'll need to make a concentration save.
That's against the blindness.
Okay, you keep your sight.
And that's against concentration.
You keep less.
Oh, and that should have been with advantage, but I forgot.
Yeah, you made it anyway. And then the last bug is going to try and stab Lee. Lee, you get stabbed for 2 points of damage. And I need a con save from you.
Or is it a D4?
Yes, bless is a d4. Alright, you keep your sight. Hode, at the end of their turn, you regain your sight. And it is your turn. There's a single bug in front of you.
I'm gonna send it to its friend.
Roll to hit. Both
21
hit.
and 18. 8 damage total between the two of them.
It dies.
Alright. Then I will scoot back to the rest of the team and get next to one of the other bugs, whichever one looks healthier.
Both of the bugs by Shawarma and Lee are uninjured. But yeah, you can get over there. Lee?
Try to stab this fucker again.
Alright. That hits. Alright, that bug is now on the verge of death. Anything else?
Nope.
Alright, shawarma.
I'm going to try to hit one of these bugs.
Either one in particular?
Is one of them injured?
Yes, the one that just got hit by Lee.
Oh, let's do that one.
Alright. Roll to hit.
Yeah, that's better.
That hits. Alright, bug goes squish. One bug remains.
Alright, that's it for me.
Alright, the final bug. It's gonna go for shawarma. And miss horribly. Hode, your turn.
Can I sentinel attack it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
That did roll.
20 hits.
6 plus 4.
Yeah, you just explode the bug all over shawarma. The bugs are dead. You guys are out of initiative. As the bugs die, shawarma, you especially notice this, that the forest is quiet. Very quiet right now.
That's better. I go back to my rest.
Okay. The remainder of the night passes without incident, though you still dream of blades and blood, just occasionally interspersed with a buzzing sound. Morning comes, and you have a successful long rest.
Ooh.
So, what do you guys do?
I think we continue in the to the north, the way we were going.
Okay, go ahead and make a survival check to see if you can pick up the trail.
I'll help if I can.
Alrighty.
Oh yeah, some assistance may be required.
Well, he said he was helping you, so that would give you advantage.
Oh, that's a little better.
Yeah, that's real good.
Gilbert, you missed me nat 20ing 3 times in a row. If you scroll up in chat, you'll see it.
Timestamp?
1022. It's like right above the image of those bugs that underposted.
Haha! Also, whoa.
Yeah, so brief recap. We were in the city of
Lushingworth.
And then some blue guy with a straight razor who looked crazy started attacking people. We killed him, and then people explained that this has been happening, and they checked us to see if we were tainted, which we aren't. And then after that, we got promised 200 gold if we could go off and find these guys and kill them. So we went onto the road to a nearby town, which was full of dead bodies, and then we went to the north into the woods, got attacked by bugs, and now we're heading further north.
Alrighty.
So, Gilbert, do you have your character ready? Just so I know.
Nope, whipping it up.
Okay. Let me know when he's done so that we can figure out a way to introduce him.
Will do.
Alright, so yeah, you guys look around. Shawarma, you not only find those jumping tracks you've been following, but at the edge of the clearing, you also find a second set of footprints. While the footprints you have following have like the kind of claw marks, like they have real long claws on the end of their toes.
Mm.
These other footprints appear to be made by boots, and it looks like they came from the north to your clearing, and then headed back north.
Interesting. Do they seem fresh?
Yes, with 22, you can tell that these were probably made last night.
All right. Well, whoever made these knows we're here.
Okay. And then you're just following these tracks north?
Sure.
Okay. So yeah, you start following these tracks north. Couple of miles go by, the trees getting denser, the underbrush turning more and more wild and thick. And you realize that the boot prints and the footprints diverge. The boot prints are heading to the northwest, whereas these clawed foot marks continued straight north.
What do we think? Do we want to find the people who were watching us last night, or do we want to find the source of the claw marks? Presumably whoever killed all the people in that town.
How far? Like, are they going in completely different directions, or is one going like north and the other's going northeast?
One's going north. The clawed marks are going north. The boot prints are heading to the northwest. The ruins of Swartfurt are due south of you.
I think we go after the clawed marks. Normal boot prints will be maybe easier to track. We can ask people if they've seen any hunters instead of hoping someone's seen a monster. Assuming we find anybody left alive out here.
So northwest, do you think?
Yeah.
So northwest are the boot prints.
Yep.
Alright, so you start following the boot prints. The trees get ever closer. You know, the foliage around the it's not really like a path, it's just kind of like a gap in the underbrush, which just allows you to keep walking without having to take a machete to everything. And as you're, working your way through, the dense woods here, you can see a section where the boot prints seem to have gone by a wrecked statue and then turned to the southeast. Sorry, the way it's kind of curving around, so at one point you're heading east following these boot prints. And, then you see this, wrecked statue on a plinth. The boot prints kind of going past it, heading south. And you can see more of this opened underbrush to the east.
Right.
Like this. You guys came from the left.
Oh, okay.
That's what you're seeing. And then the boot prints headed to the south of that, of what appears to be old and kind of broken statue.
Alright, well, I have no idea what that means. I think we keep following the boot prints.
How much of the statue is left?
About half of it. Now you can see the time and the elements have not been kind to it. And you can tell just looking at it that it appears to be religious in nature.
Is there any iconography left over that would tell what it's for?
Yes. Yes, you can see what appears to be on the chest of the statue, 4 vertical lines.
Does anyone know what that means?
You could make a religion check.
Is there anybody who's smart?
Not the cleric.
A cleric that doesn't know religion.
He's not a religious cleric, to be fair. He's only a cleric at all because of his religious devotion to his craft.
Yeah, fuck it, I'll try it, I guess. What's the worst that could happen?
Shawarma is basically an artificer who got funny ideas.
I guess the ancient god of 4 lines, known for having 4 lines.
Well, the DC was 5. This is very common knowledge. So, good job. You didn't roll a 3.
It's a diagram of the macrocosmos, isn't it?
You know that Voxiar, the good god of rivers, is represented by 4 typically blue vertical lines, but if this was once painted or if they had blue gems embedded in them, they've long since fallen off the statue.
Well, if this person we're following is a particularly religious person, they're not also a craftsman. Assuming that if they were both, they would have put some effort into maintaining this.
I don't think they're the one who made this statue.
No, they're not. But the statue is older than probably most people, except for maybe elves. Well, we still got a trail to follow.
Actually, depending on how old this is, it might not be considered old by me.
You could make a history check, or if you have stone cutting, to attempt to ascertain how old it is.
Oh shit, I do have stone cutting. I would like to ascertain how old it is.
Yeah, you could absolutely do that.
Alright, let's see. So that's... I think that would just be +2. Nope.
You know it's old. You're not quite sure how old.
Yep, it's old.
Oh, we're not going to get any closer to answers, just staring at the statue. Off we go, tally-ho.
Yep.
So you're going east or south?
Which way did the footprints go?
East. Or south, sorry.
South.
Okay. So you go south. And the brush begins to give way and open up into a large clearing with what are visibly ancient stones set in a circle around what appears to be the cold remains of a large bonfire. A figure dressed in a dark green cloak seems to have is standing at this bonfire, his back to you.
So you were watching us sleep last night,
And she turns as you say that as you enter the clearing. Are you entering the clearing?
No.
Okay, so you're just standing at the edge of it?
I am not walking inside that circle of stones. Even he knows better than to do that.
Okay. Yeah, and this, woman turns around. She appears to be a Goliath. She says, "Yes, I have been investigating certain disturbances in these woods. Unfortunately, I have been unable to penetrate the source of their sorcery, other than to know that it comes from more north than here. But please, you have nothing to fear from me. You can feel free to enter this area and take your rest here."
Is it time to do that?
No, it's more like she's inviting you to,
Oh, just in general.
Yeah.
Right. Alright, well, I think I found some, I was able to track them further north. I think I could go back and keep following them if you want me to lead you there.
But did you ever see the creatures? That's the thing, is I've seen the result of their passing, but I have yet to find any evidence of what they are.
Oh yeah, I saw one. We killed one in Lushingworth. They're blue and they have no lips.
Did those things have claws on their feet?
I think the one we saw was wearing shoes. Well, I don't remember.
Those are probably just goons of whatever we're fighting.
I see. Then it is possible that the veil has been pierced and they are crossing over. This is troubling, especially if they've already made it to the city of Lushingworth.
And, what was that town? That place is, very much dead. I don't speak magic. What does piercing veils mean?
Forgive me. I am Mistress Blackwood, the druid that has been calling these woods my home for some time now. The Fae, I speak of the Fae, bleeding into our world, and not at all amenable to the people currently living here, and the balance that we have achieved.
Oh boy. I don't suppose you have a messenger pigeon or something we can send back to town to send a report?
Alas, I do not.
So it's either a 3-day trek there and back, or I might be able to make it in a day and a half, but
If they're attacking the city already, you may not have that much time.
they had a thing in the city that we fought. The captain or sergeant or whoever it was mentioned that there was another attack, but it's only been individuals that kill handfuls to a couple dozen people. They're going to be more of a problem soon, but I think we've got a day or two to actually get to the source of the problem if we need it.
Of course,
think-
if you decide that you need to head back to town, you need to head back to town. I can continue my investigations here in these woods. But I'm worried because these attacks are getting more frequent. They're going farther. They're causing more death, more destruction.
Hmm. How far do these reach?
These woods?
The attacks.
Well, I know they had been raiding the road to the south and to the west. I did not think they had gotten bold enough to attack settlements. Merchants on the road, lone travelers, woodsmen here.
Hmm.
Fortunately, this ancient grove here is warded, and things such as them cannot enter it.
If we have a few days to sit back here, I can fly off one to the city and then come back. Or we can go off now, look for the source, and hope that the city survives without a warning. Or with what little warning they already have.
She just, shrugs a bit and essentially says that that's your decision to make.
What do you two think?
Hmm. Not sure.
Oh, do you have a coin to flip?
What do you think, Li Jin?
In the absence of a decision being voiced, I'll head back to town alone, let them know. It should only be a day or two at most before I'm back.
Alright. Oh, no, wait, hold on. If he's going back to town, we should deal with him.
I move faster alone.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
If you want to continue scouting, I can return here and wait for you to return for rest overnight, but I won't be able to find you terribly easy during your trips.
Why don't we meet back here at the Stone Circle, if you can find this place.
It should be easy enough to find from the air. One of the advantages of being able to fly.
Oh, yeah. Alright. Well, I guess if he's doing that, then Shawarma will start looking around in the woods around this stone circle for more evidence of tracks and all that.
All right, sure. When you express that to Blackwood, she indicates that the when she last saw some evidence of their passing, it was off to the southeast of here.
That's the way that I found their tracks, right?
That would be heading in an intercept course towards where their course had been going.
Oh, okay.
But so kind of corroborating the line you were following before.
Mm-hmm. Well, we know they're heading that way. I don't want to accidentally stumble onto wherever they came from. So I think before I do that, I'll keep sort of circling the area and see if there's any tracks leading elsewhere or from elsewhere.
Sure, go ahead and make a survival check to look for tracks. As you kind of poke around a bit, you don't really find any.
Alright. Well, I'm mostly just going to be sort of seeing what I can find in this forest until they get back.
Well, it's going to be 3 days before he gets back.
I do have the Marine Steady feature, and I don't know if the 50-foot flight speed will get me there faster, but that's almost twice as fast as normal walking speed.
Yes, I was taking the flight speed into account. I didn't know you had the Marine background, so that would make a difference. It'd bring it down to about 2 days. Little over, but 2 days.
Well, we can spend 2 days doing a stakeout, see if we see any actual movement from these guys.
Okay, but you're not spending it here in the Druid Circle, is that correct?
I'm
just trying to figure out what you're doing, because right now you guys are just standing in this Druid Circle talking to this Druid.
Alright, well, we'll see if Mistress Blackwood knows of a good location that we can, sort of sit in to watch and see if they come through.
Well, when villagers have visited in the past, they've made their camp to the southeast of here. There, remains of a fire pit and some stumps for sitting on and things. Obviously, they took their equipment with them from the last time, but it's a comfortable enough spot. As for spotting the Fae, they flit about. I've been unable to find a consistent pattern to how they move. You're just as likely, I think, anywhere in these woods to spot one.
Alright. Well then, why don't we can take a little bit of a risk then. We'll just try following those tracks up to the north and see where they lead.
Okay. Alright, so as you leave the Druid Circle, I assume the quickest way of to get to there would be to follow her directions to the southeast, which would take you past the camp. People have, you can see, a circle of stones, burned down fire pit, a log cut in half, some stumps for seats.
Mm-hmm.
You pass by, go to the trail you were following before, and pick it up again. And as you start following it north, go ahead and make another survival check. Yep, the trail gets a bit harder to follow. You're still able to, though. And eventually, as the daylight burns down, in the kind of glare of the setting sun, off in the distance, on what appears to be a solitary hill, you can see what appears to be the remains of a broken tower.
And how long does it take me to find this?
It takes you that first day.
Okay.
And from the distance, it looks like it's another half day's journey away.
Alright, but it'll take me a day to get back to the Stone Circle.
Yes.
And that's when I expect Hood to be at the Stone Circle, or would they only just be getting to town now?
That would be their return. It's a day there and a day back.
Yeah, then I'll double back so I can meet them there.
Okay. All right, and so Hode, yes, you're flying there. We're kind of shifting perspective to you. And you can successfully fly to Lushingworth. There isn't any problems along the way. What do you do when you get there?
I'm gonna just go to the barracks and who was it that came to the fight afterwards? Was that the sergeant or the
It
captain?
was the captain of the guard.
Alright.
By the name of Matthias Bronstein.
Alright, so yeah, I'm just gonna go to the barracks and knock and wait for someone to respond.
A guard opens it and says, "How did you get in here? The gate's closed."
I flew. The message for the captain.
All right, yeah, sure. Hey, Captain! There's a bird here to see you. Says he flew in. Believe that shit?
I thought you said it was a bird. Sorry.
I wish. Alright, yep. Captain of the guard who walks up. You can see Matthias opens the door, listens, she says, "Oh, yes." He looks around. "I don't see your companions. Don't tell me they died."
Not that I know of. We found out that these are very likely some Fey attacks that are going to be more frequent, getting worse and expanding the area that they're attacking over from the north somewhere. The others are working with a druid type, I think. Goes by Blackwood or something. Just wanted to let you know, before it got worse, that shit is going to not stay calm.
He blinks a couple of times. Right, and your group taking care of this?
They're searching for the source of it. I'm going to be flying back to join them as soon as I can, yes.
Alright, great. I guess we'll step up our patrols or something. And as he's turning away, you hear him, I'm like, how the fuck do you defend against Fae?
Good question. I don't know. Stab them a lot.
Like, he's kind of left you there and, like, closed the door in your face.
Yeah. How long was the trip? Like the full 16-hour day?
Basically, yes.
Alright, I'll find a rooftop to perch on.
Mm-hmm.
Go to sleep and then fly back when I wake up.
Alright, yeah. At the end of the second day, you can see the clearing with the druid stones. As you descend, you can make out the party. The druid, as you walk up, is in a discussion with Shawarma about the various applications of different animal bases for making fertilizer.
All set.
Okay.
Oh, okay, good, because I need to go to bed.
Alright. Have a good night, Pete.
Yeah,
Good one.
Good night, Pete.
yeah, I'll just run into Gilbert at the door. Night shift coming in.
I know this map. Yarvat! Wait, or is this a different map?
This is a different map.
Oh, okay. I tabbed over, saw the map, like, oh shit.
You know, now that you say it, it's really fucking close to Yarvat's map, but it's not Yarvat's map.
I have no memory of this place. Yeah, well, they're having their discussion. I'll just land like 30 feet away and look around, see if there's anything else going on.
Sure, make a perception check.
Numbers. $15.
All right. Yeah, it looks like as you're kind of flapping down that there is a small clearing to the north of this larger clearing. Couldn't really see anything in it, but you could tell that there was definitely a parting of the trees.
Alright, well, I am not the party's people person or planner, so I will pass that along to Blackwood and Shawarma.
Yeah, when you say that, Blackwood nods and says, yes, it's the old shrine to... Sorry, tapped away. To Voxiar. It's one of the reasons why a druid circle was constructed here.
Alright, well, the town's been given warning. Whatever happens to them is on their heads now. I'm set to go on with the investigation. What do we have so far?
Well, Pete left. So I'm sure he and Lee would have told you all about how they followed the tracks a day north, and off in the distance saw the tracks what appeared to be leading generally towards a broken tower up on a hill.
Yeah.
Okay, broken tower sounds ominous. Sounds like just the kind of place that Faye would probably go. That's where I would go to. Let's go check it out then.
Okay. So you guys set off from the Druid Circle, heading more north towards this broken tower. It's about midday of this, fourth day in the woods. When off to the east, you hear the sound of twigs snapping rapidly. And you hear giggling coming from far off in that distance.
That's not going to end well.
Titus, what do you look like?
Titus!
Titus.
The question still stands.
Ah, yes. Description. Warrior in chainmail. Looks like there's the emblem of a dynastic house, kind of attached to a section of it. The image of a phoenix with its wings spread wide. Other than that, colored all red and bronze.
Okay.
Full helm and all that.
Yeah. And is Titus the kind of person who would accept like a bodyguard contract?
Yeah, the Septimi are practical.
Right. So, yeah, so you would have like there was a merchant in Crankvale to the northwest of here who wanted to get down to Emberoth off to the southeast and knew of a great shortcut through these woods.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as the party comes around the bend, your charge lies dead at your feet. And you are currently surrounded by these laughing, cackling monsters. with mushrooms on their back. They look like this. There are 3 of them.
Mushrooms?
Yes, there's like mushrooms growing on their back.
This enrages Titus for reasons that he doesn't know.
Right, but you should roll initiative. Everyone should roll initiative.
I think that's my highest initiative roll yet.
Mister, you here? Alright, Titus. So, yeah, these guys have surrounded you. They've killed the merchant you were traveling with. And thus, the idea of a payday in the future. What do you do?
An apt question. What time of day? What time of
Midday.
day is it? Midday. All right. Well then, I take my longsword and I plunge it into the nearest one's gut.
That seems like an intelligent decision.
I should hope so. He has a 10.
Huh? He has a 10?
Intelligence.
Yeah. Well, roll to hit. Alright, that hits. Alright, that hurts him. These, grinning motherfuckers just keep cackling. Do you speak Sylvan by any chance?
Probably not. I forgot to add my languages.
Okay. Yeah, they're chittering in some hideous language that you just don't understand. Anything else?
Nope.
Alright, well, the one you just stabbed is going to try to claw your face off.
He's a dumb, stupid, dummy bitch and can't hit someone as mighty as a Septimus.
Apparently not.
Indeed.
That's when the other 2 jump on you.
We're also incapable of defeating me.
Does a 12 hit you?
No!
Alright.
That would hit no Septimus at any point!
Okay, then in that case, it is Lee's turn.
Well, I'm gonna go up and stab one, I suppose.
Alright, do you want the injured one or one of the 2 uninjured ones?
No, one of the injured ones.
Okay, roll to hit. That hits. Alright, that bloodies him.
And that's it.
Alright. Hode.
How far are they?
They are 35 feet.
I'd like to go get in melee with one or both of the uninjured ones.
You can get into melee with both of them. No problem.
Wonderful. Then I'm going to start stabbing one.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Short sword and dagger.
Both hit.
Numbers. 14 and 2 for 16 total.
All right, that bloodies him. Anything else?
That is my turn.
All right, Titus. A group of adventurers seem to have come to your aid. What do you do on your turn?
Which is the most bloody of these foul creatures before me?
Two of them are bloodied, one is uninjured. You can't really tell more than that.
I should like to take one of the bloodied ones and lay it low.
All right, roll to hit. Hit. All right, that one looks to be near death, but it is still alive. Anything else?
No, that shall be all.
Okay, the two bloodied ones go into a blood rage and begin attacking you multiple times.
Failing horribly because they are less than me.
They each get 2 claw attacks. Does a 15 hit you?
Block, parry.
Alright, and then 2 bites.
Can I sentinel attack one?
Sure.
Trevor the Vars cave, Gilbert.
10 doesn't hit, does it?
No, it does not. Alright, and then they try to bite you. Does a 20 hit you?
Many a Septimus with that hit.
He bites you for 7 piercing damage.
I am very bloody.
The uninjured one tries to attack the bird person with his claws. Does a 24 hit Toad?
Just a little bit.
Alright, that is 9 slashing.
Just a lot of it.
Alright, but that's it for them. Lee.
I'm gonna stab the dead bloodiest one.
Alright, there's one that appears to be near death. Roll to hit. That does not hit.
Yeah. I am done because I have nothing else to do.
Okay. Hode.
Since I'm at 1 HP in a dream, I'm gonna disengage and switch to my bow.
Okay. Are you planning on moving?
Yeah, I'm gonna fly up. How high is the bottom of the trees? Like
10 feet. Dense
I'll fly
forest.
I'll fly up into the branches then. Just get out of reach of these things.
Sure. Sure, you fly up into the branches. You would lose sight of them then.
Yeah, I'll stay low in the branches, but getting out of reach is my priority right now. I'll just swoop back down as I need to.
Okay, yeah, you're pretty sure you're heavily obscured up here. Like it is dense tree cover.
All right.
Anything
That's
else?
my turn then.
All right, Titus.
Yeah, so which one's pretty fucked up looking?
The one right in front of you.
And I'm gonna try to cleave its head off.
Absolutely. We'll roll to hit. That does not hit.
Took lucky.
Anything else?
I'd like to use my reaction to prepare the graveyard.
As one does.
That's it.
All right, these guys.
Or
Well-
big, dumb, stinky poo-poo pants can't hit shit.
Well, one of them, having been, everything missed him except for Lee, so he's going to turn on Lee and try to claw bite Lee.
Because the damage one at a time, because you hit me with all three of them, I am dead. So
Okay, there's a,
I have a max of 12 hit points. So
alright, so the first
roll your
claw,
damage.
the second claw,
11.
and then the bite. So you are unconscious.
Yes.
Alright, but that's all he can do. The second guy who's bloodied is going to do claw bite on Titus. Does a 15 hit Titus?
A 15 does not even approach my armor class.
Alright, and then the uninjured one is going to try and claw you, Titus.
And he misses terribly because he's dumb.
He does. Lee, death save.
I'm really surprised by how well Vicious Mockery works.
Works on the dice bot, not from the enemies. I played a bard for 3 years, I can tell you from experience.
They will make that save every damn time. Alright. Hood.
I think you failed that save like 3 times in that entire campaign.
Yeah, I've made 2 death saves. One was a 1 and one was a 5. So yeah.
Is the one that knocked out Lee in melee with Titus?
Yes.
I'm gonna shoot it.
Roll to hit.
Swoop down for actually having a shot. And then
Okay.
climb up.
Sure, yeah, you kind of emerge from the bottom of the branches, poke your head out, and take a shot. Roll to hit.
That's not good.
The dice are trying to kill you guys. I'm sorry. I really am.
The dice are fine with me doing everything except for combat. That I'll go back up into the trees, and that's my turn.
Okay.
I mean, look, if it's tradition that we throw wave after wave of character in order to beat the first quest segment, I will throw as many bodies as needed in order to survive.
It wasn't supposed to be this, lethal. It's just you guys apparently can't roll above a 10 in combat.
I can't roll above a 5.
I mean, I started off pretty good.
Alright. Titus.
I kill that one.
Roll to hit.
Damn you, Dicebot!
That does hit him.
Oh, thank God.
Barely. His AC is 12. Alright, that one dies.
Excellent. We have, cut down their lethality by, 45%.
Anything else, Titus?
No. No,
Alright.
that'll be it.
Alright, well, the enraged one is going to claw bite on Titus.
Missing terribly, for he is a lesser beast.
Apparently not.
The first one hits.
Does a 20 hit you?
Yeah.
Does a 16?
No.
Okay.
Wind up unconscious after that first one.
Claws, 6 slashing.
Unconscious.
And then he bites you. For 8 piercing, so 2 failed
Two
death
failed
saves.
death saves.
Let's see, the remaining one's going to run over to a tree and start trying to climb up it. He is a few feet below the branches. Lee, death save.
You know, I just realized we don't have Mick here
2
to
failed
survival.
death saved.
I haven't rolled above a 10 but once. Or twice.
I know, mister. This has been insane. Hode.
How far away from me is the one that's climbing up a tree?
Well, are you poking your head down below the branches so you can actually see?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 5 feet away from you. Like down. And like 5 feet over. He's not in melee range.
Alright. I'm going to fly away from him then. And I'm going to try and get a shot on the injured one.
Okay, the injured one that's currently looked like he's about to maul Titus. Yeah. Unconscious on the ground. Sure, roll to hit him.
Yeah.
That hits.
Hey!
He dies.
Alright. I'm just going to use my... I'm going to use 40 of my movement to get away from this thing and then just stay like halfway between the lower branches and the ground.
Okay. Just so you know, you lose sight of him after 25 feet of movement away from him. Through the trees. This is a dense forest.
Yeah, I don't have the health to stick around for a toe-to-toe fight, so I'm going to have to play cat and mouse.
Okay. Titus, death save.
Let's see how this plays out.
Yep, 50-50 odds.
Record-breaking death!
Like, shit, I think this actually is a record. This character has been in the campaign for less than, 4 rounds. And died.
Yes, I hold a new record!
Still not the first death to exhaustion.
All according to my plan!
Alright, Lee, you need to make a death save.
Do you want a separate graveyard table, or...
That's up to you. Organize
I feel
it how
a separate one makes sense.
Sure. Alright, so Lee, you wake up with 1 hit point and another point of exhaustion. You see as you wake up on the ground, the creature with the mushrooms on his back dragging the corpse of Titus off into the woods 20 feet away from you. What do you do?
A giant what?
No, the monster with the mushrooms on his back.
Yeah.
He's
Is he
dragging
the only one left?
Yes, he's the only one left. He's dragging the corpse of Titus into the woods 20 feet away from you.
What's Hood doing?
Hode is not in sight.
Well, then I guess I'm gonna chase him down and stab him. I can't let him. How many hit points do I wake up with?
1.
1. Okay, well, fuck it. I'm gonna try to stop him to keep him from dragging the guy off.
Alright. Well, you rush him. Roll to hit. That's a crit. Alright.
Didn't do much.
Didn't do much, but he is injured. Anything else, Lee? Alright, Hode.
Did I hear a meaty thwack of Lee hitting this thing?
Yeah.
I'll assume that means there's some form of reinforcements in the area. I'll go check it out. I'm gonna take a roundabout way if I can, but I'm gonna try and get within line of sight of it.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of circle around through the trees. You get line of sight of him 15 feet away. Yeah, he looks injured. He's got the Titus in one hand dragging his body. You see Lee badly bloodied on his feet engaging him.
Injured as in bloodied or just wounded?
Wounded.
Do we want to gamble with Lee's life again? I'll take the shot now.
Alright, roll to hit.
Hey, that's bad.
Yes, you are a bad shot.
Yes,
Anything else?
that's my turn.
Alright, this guy. Fuck it, he's gonna try to claw Lee. Does a 16 hit Lee?
Yes.
Lee goes unconscious, I think.
I'm dead again.
Alright. So Hode, you see him, knock Lee over again. And he's going to move off a bit, having dropped the body of Titus, to take cover from you. And Lee, death save.
Uh,
Hode?
Cat and mouse continues, so I'm gonna try and circle around, get around his cover.
Okay. You fly around, get around his cover. You have a shot.
And boom. Well.
Miss.
Alright, if I have any movement left, I'm going to use it to back away.
Okay.
That will be my turn.
Sure, you break off. Lee, death save. That's a success. Hode.
I'm gonna continue circling around, try and get eyes on this thing.
Alright, now you circle around. You see him trying to drag these bodies through the woods.
And I'm gonna shoot him.
Roll to hit. You miss.
And I'm gonna go back into the trees.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, that's my turn. Birds are not meant to use bows.
Lee, death save. Mister, you here?
yeah, is it my turn? Oh, I need another death save.
It is your turn. Make another death save. 2 fails, 1 success. Hode.
Same thing again, hopefully without the missing part.
Alright, yeah, you fly to where you saw him, and he is not in sight. You don't see him anywhere. What's your passive perception?
16.
Yeah, you don't see him.
Which way was he heading?
North.
I'm gonna go northeast then.
Okay.
Just keep looking at where he was.
Sure. Go ahead and make a perception check then. Hmm.
14.
Alright.
Don't find anything new.
You don't find anything new.
Can I try to hide with stealth?
Can you do it as a bonus action? You were searching for his hidden self as an action.
I cannot until level 2.
Then I'm afraid not.
That's unfortunate. That's my turn.
Alright. You see this guy, dragging these bodies through the trees off to the distance, to the west of you. as he kind of goes behind some bushes again.
How fast does this thing seem?
He moved 15 feet. He's at half speed dragging these bodies.
So normally he'd be about as fast as a person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And you can tell that he's in that bush. Like he's playing bush Wookiee. But he hid from you last time. He did not successfully hide this time. Alright, Lee, death save. So it goes.
Add me to the graveyard, Gilbert.
All right.
Alright, I'll circle around and shoot him again. I brought plenty of arrows for just this reason. Didn't have anything else to spend money on.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Wow. And I'll just mirror his path to the north, like 40 feet away if I can.
20 feet away. You don't have enough movement otherwise.
I want to stay out of his ability to engage in melee because I don't have great armor and I don't have much health left to spare. If I'm following him instead of mirroring him, that's fine.
Okay. You can do that. As you see him break from cover, move 15 feet, and disappear from sight into some of the underbrush. Your turn.
Alright.
What class, Mister?
Oh, he was a fighter.
I will go up into the trees and chase him down. Get a shot and shoot him if I can.
Alright, yeah, you fly over the underbrush where he was. You don't see him. You can search for him with an action using a perception check.
What race, Mister?
I'm gonna hide instead inside the trees and just hope he pops up first.
Make a stealth check.
I think I have... Ooh, this is better than perception. Hey, there's something that's more than a 6.
Yeah. Yeah, you hide. On his turn, you see him break cover and move north. But he doesn't see you, so when he attempts to hide, it's real obvious. You're just got like a dead-on line of sight on this guy.
Do I have a shot?
Yes.
Do I have advantage on it?
Yes.
Does a 19 hit?
Hit.
About damn time. 12 damage.
Alright, he looks to be near death as he goes into a blood rage. Anything else on your turn?
Then I'm gonna back away to 50 feet. If I can at that distance, I'm going to try to keep line of sight, but I don't think I'll be able to.
Okay.
That's gonna be it for me.
Alright, he will leap up, leaving the two bodies in that underbrush, and start charging towards you 30 feet. He will then dash the additional 30 feet, putting him, basically start climbing up the tree towards you. Your turn.
How far?
He's 10 feet away from you.
Alright, shoot and scoot it is.
Miss.
And then I'm going to back up my 50 feet of flight.
Okay.
And I don't think I'm going to have room for another shot, so I'm going to draw my swords now.
Alright, yeah. So you back up using your 50 feet of flight. He dashes 60 feet, getting into melee with you, but not being able to attack. It is your turn.
Alright, bonk bonk.
Roll to hit. Hit. Miss.
No sneak attack on this one?
Unless you're a swashbuckler, no.
Not at level 1. 6 damage.
Alright, he dies.
Huh. And I just finished adding HUD to the graveyard.
Well, shit.
So you guys are out of initiative.
What do you mean, you guys? Mr. What race?
Human.
Well, I'm gonna get Titus and Lee and bring them back to the clearing.
Okay. So you drag their corpses.
Try to carry. I have decent strength and some dignity towards the dead.
Okay, fair enough. Carry them back to the Druid Grove. I presume you land in front in this Druid Grove and you see the Druid there and she goes, oh my. It would appear you have suffered some casualties.
Some might be an understatement. I'm not sure who this guy was, and I'll gesture to Titus. But he seemed to be in the same vein as us, at least. I'm gonna go get the bodies of the, I don't know what they were, little mushroom things, if you don't mind. No, I'll go get the corpses of the things that we killed and show Blackwood. See if she knows what they are.
Okay, so you fly away. I need to look something up. Give me a second.
And they dissolved into goo, like the whatever that first thing was.
No, it did not. The only one you can find is the one you killed. The other two, you just don't know where they are. The bodies. Chaotic battlefield you were flying around.
Playing cat and mouse with that thing for like a full minute.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, you can grab the corpse.
Yeah, I'll bring it to the clearing. My headset battery is dying. I will be back in a minute.
Okay, just waiting for Hoot to get back.
Huh. So it begins again.
Wasn't supposed to. Alright, yes, you've come back. As you come back, you see the druid has lit a small fire in the center, of this druid clearing, and is currently standing over Titus, performing some type of ritual.
Like what?
Does this look like normal funerary rites, or does this look more like a resurrection?
This does not look like normal funerary rites.
I'll keep a hand on my sword, but I'll keep it sheathed. I don't know what this magic is, but I'm also in no condition to be starting a fight. I'm just gonna watch what goes on and try and understand it.
Sure, yeah, as the druid, the flames get called up, they turn various colors. And you see motes of light from, almost like embers from this bonfire, settling onto the body of Titus. Now, Titus, would you be willing for your spirit to return to a body?
Yes.
Then roll a d100.
Oh, shit. I do love my D100 tables. What is it?
Alright, as you arise, but not as you were. as you find yourself in the body of a mountain dwarf. In a familiar clearing. As the druid then steps up to the body of Li Jin and begins another ritual.
That has so very obnoxiously messed with my ability scores. So many unrounded numbers.
Hour of this ritual, the flames turning colors, motes settling onto the body of Li Jin. Mister, you here?
Yeah,
Would your spirit be willing to return to a body?
sure.
Alright, then roll a d100.
Our luck is so bad, Underdark had to install a safety net.
51. Alright, so Lee, you wake up, but not as you were. You wake up in the body of a rock gnome.
Does he have a contract to the Gnomish Liberation
rock
Front in his
gnome?
inventory now?
Yes, you are a rock gnome. The druid had been casting Reincarnate with my custom list. And I
So do
just
I change my stats to accordingly?
Yep.
Oh man, I could have gotten a fucking Duragar. Oh, thank God I got what I did.
I got a fucking rock gnome.
Yes, you did.
Well, if you're ever not pleased with your result, have you tried ritual suicide? Live, die, get reincarnated, just like what you got reincarnated as, and then die again.
Well, Blackwood, was it? You obviously know more about magic than I do. What are these things? And I'll just kind of kick the body of the dead Fae thing.
And she looks at it almost with a sneer. That is known as a mire maul. Hideous little fey creatures. They hide in forests and swamps and ambush people on their way through it, usually devouring the corpses.
Sounds unpleasant.
Being devoured is unpleasant, yes.
No, probably not as a corpse. I don't think I'd be alive to feel it if I was being eaten.
I gotta step away for a moment.
Anyways, there's another two dead somewhere over there. Don't remember where the bodies were and didn't bother with it. Take too
There's
long to look.
no need. There's nothing of value these things carry.
Want me to toss this one then?
If you would be so kind.
Yeah, I'll just pick it up and chuck it back into the woods.
When you do that, she kind of face palms like, I meant onto the fire. We'll burn it.
Alright. I'll go get the body and put it on the fire then.
And it burns pretty readily, producing a noxious green smoke from the fire. But as it's burned, the smoke dissipates. She looks at you all and says, you look like hell.
Hey, you should see the other guy. Easter did lose a couple feet off the top, though.
Are you any closer to discovering the source of these Fey incursions?
That one that I poked full of holes was heading west with the corpses. I don't know if that was back home or just away from me. But might be worth looking into.
Very good. Well, your party is welcome to stay here for the night. The wards of the circle will protect you, so you can rest and recuperate from your ordeal and continue your explorations in the morning.
Sounds like more of a plan than I had. And I'm going to make myself comfortable next to the fire.
Mm-hmm. Blackwood keeps the fire roaring all night long. And nothing so much as approaches the Druid Circle. As the morning dawns, you guys have completed a long rest.
What's your deal, Blackwood? Are you just bored of cities, wanted to come out here for a while and picked up magic, or doing this out of the kindness of your heart or something?
I keep the woods and the balance within them. These Fey that you've been encountering are not part of the woods. They are throwing it out of balance, and so
I'm back.
your assistance with it is highly appreciated. I've never been one much to like civilization.
Oh, good enough for me. So, team, we're ready to get going again?
Is there anybody but Sleuth here?
I'm here.
I'm here.
All right. So what do you guys do? You've had your long rest at the Druid Circle.
So those two things were trying to drag you two off to the west. I don't know if that's its home or if it was just trying to get away from me, but it's worth looking into the way I see it.
Makes sense to me.
Alright, I'll head back to the battlefield and look for tracks going off to the west.
Okay. Make a survival check as you guys look around the battlefield.
Am I proficient in this? Yeah. 22.
All right. Yeah. So as you guys are looking around, you notice that the body of the merchant is not there that had hired Titus originally. And the drag marks from the body head north.
Alright.
Let's get
Looks
going.
like west was away from me, home is north. I say we head north then. And we'll follow the drag mark, because that's going to be the easiest track to follow.
Mm-hmm. Couple hours of following it. And you guys can see in the, midday sun, off in the distance, a broken tower on a hill. The drag marks leading in that general direction.
How long of a trip is it from us? Like half a day's journey, full day?
You think it would be a day, a night, and part of a day. It's way there. It's way off in the distance, but it's on a tall hill, so you can see it.
Alright, well, I could get there tomorrow, but I don't think the rest of you would be keen on keeping that pace for that long. So it looks like we're taking the 2-day approach.
Okay.
Since there's no objections, I will lead the way to that ruined tower.
All right. So you guys start heading north. Following it for this path the rest of the day. Night comes upon you. You know that you'll probably reach it about halfway through the next day. So are you guys making camp here in the woods?
Sure, I
Mhm.
guess so.
Yeah, I'll find a relatively secure area. Do what I can to get some camouflage up, just to hide it from anyone passing by.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth check as you try to conceal your camp's location.
27.
Okay. Alright, so you guys, are you setting a watch or are you guys just all going to sleep?
I'll take first watch. Set up the camouflage while they start getting sleep.
I'll take second watch.
Leon third then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys go to sleep. And as the night goes, the early dawn light, you hear the sniffing of a canine. So you guys are like just on you're basically just now waking up and you hear this sniffing of a canine near you.
All right.
If we can hear it sniffing, it's probably right outside our camp. I'm going to stay where I am until I hear it either wander off or start snarling or getting aggressive.
Okay. Do the rest of you do anything?
I want to wait and see what happens.
I'll have a weapon ready, but yeah, I'll wait and see what happens.
Sniffs around for a few minutes, and then you hear it padding off into the woods. As the sun fully raises up, you guys have successfully completed your long rest.
Damn.
Good thing he hid your camp, otherwise those wolves would have been upon you when you had no watch.
That would indeed be, not good.
Right, you wake up and the gnome's gone. No one knows what happened.
Hey, the gnome has more than 3 hells.
Got dragged off into the woods.
The dwarf's gone too.
Which would taste better, dwarf or giant chicken to a wolf?
No
I
idea.
am now a gnome. I am now a gnome.
You are now
Yeah.
a gnome. Welcome to the club. But yeah, so Hood, while you dreamt last night, you still dreamt of, blades and blood. But Lee and Titus did not. In fact, they dreamt of nothing. You don't recall what your dreams were.
Did we have that dream in the druid circle?
Yes.
Oh, did I?
Yes,
alright.
you did. I just forgot to mention it, sorry. Yeah, ever since their reincarnation, Lee and Titus have not had that dream. You still have it. Every night. And every morning you wake up, that tinge of blood on the back of your throat, and the smell of it in your nose.
Yeah, Hood is not a smart person. It's magic fuckery, and that is all Hood really would know about it.
Probably.
So, since the wolves have already passed us and are presumably a ways away, I'm gonna just look out around camp and see if I can count how many pairs of tracks there are. Like, see how big of a wolf pack it was.
Sure. Go ahead and make a survival check, because they didn't all make it super obvious.
14.
14. It looks like it was a trio of wolves that were out there.
Alright.
One for each party member.
Probably could deal with it if we were prepared, but not if we were found in our sleep. So, off to the tower then? Yay, nay?
Yay.
Off to the tower we go.
Okay. So yeah, you guys start going north. The ground getting a little steeper. The trees a little less dense. As you start this, and as you get to the edge of a large clearing, about 2/3 of the way through the day, now you see up this hill, this broken tower at the top of it. A few trees intersperse some bushes, but the density of the forest. You're at the edge of the forest. As you begin your approach, you notice that the ground is soggy and has a reddish tinge to the mud. And the air kind of has that, as you breathe it in, that coppery scent of blood to it. And it kind of sticks to the back of your throat that way. A very familiar scent to you, Hood.
Well, we're in the right place.
Yeah. As you walk up this hill, this broken tower covered in vines, a damaged pair of wooden doors closed on the front of it.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that last part?
I said as you ascend to the hill, you get closer to this tower. You can see that it's looks to have broken off at about the middle of the second floor. Vines having creeped up along the walls, and a damaged and weathered pair of a double wooden door on the front.
Octavius is gonna climb up the side. Titus is going to climb up the side of these vines.
Okay.
I'm gonna use what little forest we have up here to drop into stealth and cover Titus. Just give Overwatch.
Okay. You attempt to conceal yourself. Titus climbs the wall, which is trivial to do. There's no check necessary. You're just at half speed. As you climb to the second floor, you get to where it broke off. And you notice, Titus, as you're touching the stone there, that while the stone's rough on the outside, the top is almost like there's a thin layer of glass on the stone. And it actually is as you're looking at it, glitters in the light.
What kind of glass?
Dark glass?
I mean, would stone cunning assist with that at all?
It might. Go ahead and make a history check. That's a good point. Yeah, go ahead and make your... I think stone cutting gives you what? Proficiency or advantage on the history?
Double checking.
Roll for Sons of the Covenant.
Interesting. So, whenever I make an intelligence history check related to the origin of stonework, I am considered proficient in the history skill and double my proficiency. Okay, so I basically have expertise.
Effectively, yes. It's the shiny kind that glitters in sunlight.
Indeed.
The shiny stuff is made out of shiny.
I climb onto the top of the tower then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can see that it's been long exposed to the elements. It glitters because the glass isn't continuous. There's areas where it's weathered down back to the stone.
And, go inside.
You are inside. It broke off at the second floor. You're inside a room by climbing up and in.
Right, but it's got an open top, so it's not a real floor.
Right.
So I go inside.
Okay. Yeah, you walk through the opening into the... It's a round tower.
I'd like to make sure that I, wave down a hood. That way he knows I'm headed in.
I'd assume by the time I lose sight. Yeah, when I lose sight of name Titus, I'll just make my way over, try and be quiet about it.
Okay. Yeah, you just kind of glide over there. So Titus, as you walk through the opening where a door must have once stood, you find yourself in a hall, another archway opposite to you, leading to another room that looks exposed. To the north, the hall looks to go another pair of archways, and then a broken set of spiral stairs heading down. I say broken because it also comes partially up to your waist. It looks like it might have gone up higher. This tower was once more than just 2 floors. But those floors no longer exist.
Alright, I'll start by checking out these rooms.
Yeah, you poke your head in them. They all appear bare and weather-worn. The vines and the moss kind of having creeped over the side and slowly taking over all the surfaces.
And then I'll head downstairs.
Okay. You head down the stairs. After the first couple of steps, when you're out of like the line of sight to the sky, the stone takes on from the crunching of glass to just the soft footfall of leather on stone. It's no longer glassy. And you emerge into a large round room. You can see the double doors to the south, a large iron bar across them, as in to hold them shut. You can see in the center of the room, the floor has been broken away, like the floor had been like cracked up, like with pickaxes or something, revealing another set of stairs heading down. Between the spiral stairs you came down onto this first floor with, and the spiral and the other stairs heading down below ground, is a dead body of medium size, wearing a dark brown cloak and a backpack, very similar to the type of equipment you saw Lady Blackwood wearing.
I'd like to pull out a ball bearing,
Okay.
and I pelt it at it.
Alright, you hear a clack as the ball bearing hits it.
How old does the
Wait,
body look?
Black?
Yes.
As I hit the body.
Yes.
Where'd I hit the body?
Center of mass.
Bodies don't normally make clack noises when you hit them.
They do if they're just bone, covered in cloth.
I approach, sword and shield at the ready.
Okay. You approach. The body lies there. Nothing seems to happen as you approach.
Can I check for the body for any traps hidden inside the cloak?
Assuming Titus doesn't try to stop you or do anything otherwise, yes, you can.
Do not interfere.
Is that perception or investigation?
Investigation.
Ah. The great investigation trap. 12.
You do not find any evidence that the body is booby-trapped.
Alright, I'll just rifle through the pockets, take the backpack, see what they've got.
Alright. In the pockets, you find 12 copper pieces. In the backpack, you find a bound book that appears to be bound in plain black leather, and a scroll.
I don't suppose you're one of the spellcasting types.
Not currently.
You plan on learning it?
Eventually.
So there's a difference between opening a scroll to identify it and using it as a spell scroll, right?
Correct.
I'm gonna see what this scroll is.
Alright, you open it. So you're going to need to make an Arcana check to identify what type of spell scroll this is. Because you're just a rogue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not on your spell list. You can tell it's a spell scroll, but you're not sure what spell it is.
I'll shrug and hand it to Titus. Oh, some magic fuckery. You'll get more use out of it than I will. Maybe.
What's it look like?
Looks like a spell scroll. You're just a fighter, right?
Paladin.
Okay, this is not on your spell list, so you'll need to make an Arcana check. It's a spell scroll.
This spell scroll is made out of spells.
Titus is going to, he's going to and haw a little bit. Stroke his apparently new dwarvish beard that he has acquired. Go, yes. Kind of nod knowingly and hand it back to Hund.
You have no idea what it is, do you?
Absolutely none.
I'll bring it to Blackwood. It's probably a druid scroll. This looks like someone in a similar circle as her. Does this skeleton look like it was naturally eroded to a skeleton, or does it look like there was magic involved?
Make a medicine check.
Ah, good. That is wisdom. Which means I can add to this. 9.
Unclear.
Alright. Well, don't know anything else we can get out of that. I say we keep going.
Alright, so you grab the scroll in the book and you just keep going?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll flip open the book, see if there's anything written in... What languages do I have? Common, Aarakocra, Orin, or Thieves can't, but kind of doubt it. I assume this is going to be in Druidic.
It's actually written, there's, as you're kind of flipping through it, you realize you started from the back, or it's kind of flipping forward. And yes, it's page after page of faded writing in Druidic. Though a bunch of the pages at the back are empty, like it's a journal. The first page, however, is written in Common. And it says, "The Journal of Mistress Blackwood. If found, please return. Reward."
Wait, what was the name of that other druid?
Mistress Blackwood.
Are you proficient in medicine, Hund?
No, but I've done enough to know the basics.
Same. Care to assist me in my analysis? Or would you like me to assist you? What do you have? I have +2.
I've got a +2. Analysis of what?
Well, I mean, I know this as a player, but you can identify the sex of a corpse by its pelvic bone.
Well,
That's
I'll
how you
help
can-
I'll help if I can, but I'm not sure if I need proficiency for that.
I mean, I would allow you to make a medicine check to try to ID the sex of the corpse. Or the skeleton in this case.
Can I get advantage if Hood helps me?
He's not proficient and therefore cannot give you help on it. That's what he told me. Unless I misheard you guys.
No, you got it.
A 12 is sufficient to identify this as a female human skeleton. Sorry, female Goliath skeleton.
I don't suppose you have a way to detect magic.
Nope.
What we're dealing with is either a sibling or an impersonator. And given that it's Fae, it's right up their alley to be both. Well, nothing we can do about it now but carry on.
What's it look
Oh.
like killed this individual?
Unclear.
There's no meat or skin left to examine, but is there like fractured ribs or broken bones in arms or legs?
Some of the bones do show evidence of injury, but none that would be suggestive of any particular pattern.
Do the
This is-
bones show signs that they were chewed on?
Yes.
I think we've come to the same conclusion.
I've come to a more insidious conclusion. Titus and Chin aren't experiencing those weird dreams. Hund does. Only Hund wasn't slain, and 2 of the party were brought back by this suspect entity.
I am a gnome.
We're gonna have to bring you back to the barracks when we get back to town.
I think I traumatized Mister by turning him into a gnome.
Did I'm a martial artist, and now I'm a gnome martial artist.
Gnome foo.
I'm no gnome foe. I'm 2 feet of fury. I mean,
Hey, look at it this way.
hell yeah.
Now that you are a 2'3" small creature, you can ride the Aarakocra into battle, and you don't have to worry about heavy weapons as a monk.
It's going to be interesting when I start getting up in levels, because my fighter level is Rune Knight. So the fighter class I took was Rune Knight because it goes with the character I'm building. So yeah. Hey, did we make a level? That'd be nice.
Not yet.
Oh,
not done
we're
yet.
still in session.
Well, you know, I suspect something kind of funny's going on here. Let's proceed.
So you guys are going down the stairs?
Oh yeah, 100% convinced that what's down here is sinister. What we thought was that druid is actually this dead skeleton, and also that reincarnate was a lot less benevolent than we thought it was.
I'm going to put 200 of my 1,000 ball bearings on the stairs behind us, just to try and trip up anything that follows us down. Just so we have a warning ahead of time.
I put some of my caltrops on the stairs as well.
Okay.
We are either preventing our own escape, or we're going to royally screw up someone's day when they come down those stairs.
We should be fine. We know where they are. We don't have to coat every stair. We can leave half uncoated.
You know, I'd also like to apply a little bit of oil to the very top step.
Okay.
That way they trip, fall, and get hit by caltrops as they roll down the stairs.
Christ, you guys are vicious. All right.
Vicious
we've all
like
seen
the
Home Alone.
smarts.
We've all seen Home Alone. This isn't the worst we could do.
The Septimus line was forged in a cave with Zvarts. They've learned a thing or two.
I was just gonna knock them on their ass and give us a warning and probably them a concussion. Fucking Titus is out here trying to murder them for trying to murder us, but, preemptive self-defense.
Yes. The classic conquest in defensive wars.
Yeah, at this point I am assuming Blackwood is a Fae, has replaced the dead Blackwood here, and we are walking into a trap. And that the 2 that were reincarnated are compromised. But there is no way to deal with that right now, so
Oh,
making the best of it.
Under.
Mhm.
Titus is going to destroy the Septimus emblem.
Okay.
Why is that?
Can't if this is a compromising situation, can't risk that falling into.
So you mean the signet ring?
Yeah.
Okay. If he's been compromised, he doesn't want it to fall into hostile hands.
Yep.
And slander the good name.
All right. Yeah. So
I presume the name is good. The name is good, right?
sure. Yes, your name is good. It carries weight within Ravam. Not so much outside of it.
Oh well, yeah. For now. Soon
For now,
everything
yes.
will be Ravam.
Well, still, it's going to carry weight inside of Ravam. It's just that Ravam is bigger than it used to be.
All right.
Plants flag. This is now Ravam.
This is the Wendy's parking lot.
You know, the Septimus are the kingdom that Goulash made is praised the Septimus there too.
Yeah, but it's more low key. All right, let's proceed. Now that we have fortified the stairs that will likely result in our deaths.
All right. Yeah. As you booby trap the one easy way to get out of here.
How wide is the staircase? Can I fly up?
No, it's single file spiral staircase. You have to walk it.
Yeah, gross.
Which marching orders you descend into darkness?
You know what?
I
I
guess
also
I'll go in the
destroyed
middle.
the scroll of pedigree. Can't risk that either.
Your parents are going to be upset with you. I approve.
No, they're not.
You're destroying their stuff.
Practicality in all things.
Well, you know, having destroyed all that stuff, he no longer, they would no longer recognize him as his son. He has no parents. He is Titus No Name.
Mm-hmm. Give me a second there. Well, honestly,
Titus.
even without the papers there, it would still be difficult to prove that it wasn't just, like, taken off Titus's corpse, since he's... Actually, is he a dwarf with, like, the family resemblance, or...?
Yeah. Yeah, he still kind of has, like, some, like, the family features. It's just, he's a dwarf now.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of dwarf did you get?
He is a mountain dwarf.
Oh damn!
All right.
I'll be bringing up the rear.
Okay.
Because squishy, no armor. We're not a stealthy group, so me being a forward scout wouldn't help much.
All right. You guys begin walking down these stairs. That, as you do, the scent of blood gets thicker. To the point where it's almost like you're not swimming in it, but think like a really humid day, except with blood. So it's like sticking. You got like it feels like there's like a film on your skin, even though you can't see it. That taste of blood sticks to the back of your throat. As you descend, the stone eventually gives way to rough earth. And as the spiral staircase ends, you're standing in this moist earthen cavern. 5 feet wide, 10 feet tall, and going straight ahead. The mud, you can see, has a kind of a liquidy sheen to it. So it's actually somewhat muddy. And you can feel as you're standing there, pulses through the mud. Like something heavy repeatedly striking the earth.
Rock and stone.
And that is where we will call it for the evening.
Aw, man.